We have a class-based counter component. It has props. It has state. It has events. In this tutorial step, we are going to embrace React's idea of presentation components and DOM components and move the state and the logic up to the parent. We'll start by removing the state from our counter component. Since it's no longer stateful, we'll switch it back to a functional component. So in this case, I'll first start by changing the props so that instead of having a start, because that's going to be controlled by the parent, it's going to have a value called count, which is a number that is passed as a prop from the parent. And so I'm going to go ahead and atop this one, I'll come back and delete it in a moment. But atop this, I'm going to export a const of counter. It's going to have props passed in, label equals count. No, I don't want that. Count. And it's going to have the value of count passed in, and counter props is the typing information for that. So with that in place, this is going to be an arrow function. And it's going to return, and I'll go ahead and take this, copy that, move it up to here. It's going to return most of the same information. It's going to have count instead of on the state. And this onClick handler is, for now, we're going to comment this out and return to it later. It's going to be a function that gets passed in. So with that in place, I'll go ahead and delete all of this. All right, and I'll take out that export since it's done down below. Counter state, we're going to leave this here for a moment because we're going to cut and paste it a little bit later. So just to review, we have props passed in. It's going to have a label. It's going to have a count, which is the value managed by the parent. These are the props, and it's just a simple returning some JSX, some TSX, with a commented out click handler. So coming back over to my tests, I want to go to we'll start with the first two tests. We're going to have a lot of overhauling in these tests. I want to start with the first two tests. And the first thing I'm going to do, since I violated the contract now, I have to pass in a count. I'm going to pass in a count of 0. And then this one, I have to pass in a count. I'll pass in a count of 0 for this one as well. When I save and my test run, I know that these other tests were going to fail. I want to check and see if these first two tests pass correctly. And they do. The first two tests have passed correctly. I have removed the state from my component. Okay, then in this next part, we're going to have a click handler. Click handler is actually going to be passed in from the parent, which is kind of an odd idea. We're passing a function as a prop. As a starting point, we're not really managing on this counter the starting point anymore. So I'll go ahead and delete these two tests. And what I want to do for this counter increase, the first thing I need to do is change my typing information to reflect the fact that it's coming in as a prop. And so I'm going to fix the indentation on these a little bit and give myself a little space. And so on counter increase will be the name of the handler increase. And it's going to be a function that will have a parameter that's an event. We saw this a little bit before. It's going to be a mouse event on an HTML element. And that's the parameter. What's it going to return? This function that is passed as a prop is not going to return anything. So we have an on counter increase. This is a required function. I don't have a question mark right here. So my tests now have compiler errors. TypeScript's telling me that I'm forgetting to provide something. This is a test of just this dumb component. It does not need to pretend to manage click handlers. But I've got to provide this as a prop. So what do? What I do is I make a little fake function from jest, we'll call it handler. And it's this thing called a jest function. And it's cool because it can track information about how it's used. And then we can write test assertions about that function. So with that in place, I've got that function, I can pass it in. So on counter increase is this handler. Now my TypeScript problems go away. And what I can do is I'll go ahead and add it to this next one as well. I need to add a handler. These have to be defined in each function so that one doesn't trample on the other. One test doesn't trample on the other. So I've got these in place and the compiler is now happy. What can I do with these? With these handlers? How can I make it part of my testing to make sure that they were actually passed in and used? I can go to the event handler and change the testing to prove that that was actually handled or that that event was actually fired. Before I do, let me go ahead and save and run my tests and make sure those first two tests still pass. All right, those two tests still pass. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete this test. I'm going to have one, and I'm going to say it should call the incrementer. And it needs to have this handler. Ugh. So the things I need to pass in are a count of 0. And I need to pass in an onCounter increase that is this handler. And so when I do, and let's see, I don't need the shift key anymore. So I can go back to just using fire event and do optimize imports to get rid of that. And what I want to test is not that the text content increases, so I can get rid of that. What I want to test is that handler, and here's an assertion for it. I want to see if it got called. This function that I'm passing in, if I click on it, did I wire it up correctly? And I didn't, so it will fail. So when I say to be called times, and I'll say just called one time, when I save, it's going to fail because I don't have a handler wired up. But if I were to go over here, uncomment this out, I need to get the handler because I'm not currently getting it here. OnCounter increase. And then if I say OnCounter increase and save, this test passes. Now we're failing up here because we haven't wired it into any of the parent components, but I now have a handler. It's a fake handler, what we call a spy or a mock or something like that, and it's being passed in, and we've proven that we've wired it up correctly. Now, how can we make this a little bit better? We want to have dumb components, but we want the interface between the parent and the child to be as natural as possible. Right now, we're passing in event. That's huge. I can also get rid of component by doing optimize imports. Event's huge. Let's slim this interface down to exactly the information that we want. And all we really want is to know, was shift pressed? And if shift was pressed, then we will do our thing inside this counter handler. So for now, I now have this. I now need a little function that does the right thing based on whether shift was pressed. I'm going to paste in, rather than type it, a little arrow function called handle click that simulates some of what we just had to capture the event information and then see, hey, does my parent want me to do a shift handler? And I'm going to pass that information about true or false back to the parent when I call the function it provided to me, instead of passing this huge event thing. Now I can change this to handle click. And our third function can be changed our third test can be changed. Instead of just saying whether it was called or not, let's make it a little bit richer and say what it was called with. To be called with. And I'm expecting it to be called with false because in this case, we're just clicking. We're not shift clicking. So when I save, let's see if this test passes. This test does pass, which means that this refactoring to change the interface with this component, now we're only doing a Boolean as the connection back to the parent. So now we need to shift our focus to the parent. It has the event handler. It has the state. So let's go fix those things. I kept these around so that I could cut and paste them and put them in the parent. And I'm going to go back to my app. And it's just a function, so it needs to change to be a stateful class-based component. So I'm going to, well, go ahead and paste this. And I need to say class app extends React component. And I'm not doing any prompts on this, so I'll just say object for that. I'm doing counter state for that. And I'm going to do kind of that same thing, read only of state is counter state, and its initial state is initial state. So we're in good shape on that. I need to have a method, meaning a property that's an arrow function as the handler. This is the thing that is passed or is the callback for the child component. So I'm going to say increment is the name of the handler. It's an arrow function. It's going to be called by the child. And so this is where the is shift comes into place. I'll paste this in. We saw some of this logic previously. And this is because I don't have the arrow function in place. And here I've also pasted in a render function, which gets our heading, gets our counter, passes in the local state of the count, passes in the arrow function that we're using as the counter increase. With this, the state is now managed in the parent instead of the child, and the state handler, the click handler, is also managed and passed in. Just to wrap this up, I'll do a save and let the test run. And there we go. All my tests pass after this refactoring, but we can improve our tests a little bit. Just to speed things up, I'm back in app.test.tsx, and I pasted in these tests and went ahead and ran them to show that they run correctly. What are we doing? We're looking at the app component, which is kind of the assembly of all the subcomponents, and seeing if it manages all of its state and handlers correctly. Here we have a test for when you click without a shift, and we're firing a user event of click, and we see that it increases. Here we're doing shift click, and we're firing a click on the counter component. This time shift key is true, and we've asserted that the counter went from 0 to 10. I'll go ahead and fire back up the server, see if we are correctly doing this. Again, let's go and prove that all of this is correct in a test before we go over to a browser. And with this in place, I'll do a reload. And as I click, it's going up. And as I hold down shift, it's going up by 10. Okay, to wrap this step up, this was a big step. We did a refactoring to move state and logic from one component to another. We did it in small steps with testing helping us along the way. We made some mistakes, but it was a lot easier to make mistakes when everything is executing in the IDE, in Node instead of a browser. We know exactly where the problems are. We can go and fix them and know that our refactoring was successful. This approach of React plus TypeScript, red squigglies, plus TDD, knowing whether you're in trouble, is a great development way of working. Instead of going to the browser, reloading the universe on every change, and dropping console log statements everywhere, instead, we get a nice Zen mode, code on the left, tests on the right, test runner at the bottom, always working with pleasure.